this is just a continuation off of my last one, but 10 days off for 3 miscarriages, that's a month off of work. I was like, I can't do that. So, I mean, I took my time to grieve. I took my time to do what I needed to do, recover the way that I needed to, and process through as much as I could. But since it was all so close together, that was really difficult. My husband's he had gotten a new job right around when I got pregnant. And so it was really hard for him because he wasn't able to be there a whole lot, especially with the first one, because he was working 16-hour-a-day shifts, overnight shifts, getting called in for overtime. He was the new guy, so they were calling him in at any time for him to come in. And so I was alone a lot for my first one, and that was really hard because I already felt alone, and then I felt even more alone. And I did, of course, there were times it would just hit me out of nowhere, and I would be just hysterical. And there were times that he was able to be there for me through that. And we both just really leaned on each other a lot. But he had a hard time because he didn't really have the chance to just really grieve the way that he wanted to because he was so busy. But the second one, I think that he felt a lot similar to me, where it was just that frustration and that anger and that just defeated feeling. And with the third one, we both also had a hard time because he saw it on the ultrasound, and we had that just glimmer of hope and that glimmer of faith of, wow, what if this is a miracle? What if, this is going to be something that we're going to look back on and be like, this is crazy. I'm so thankful for this. And it just wasn't. And, so many people were like, well, this is, I've been praying for you guys. I really believe that this is the miracle to show you that, all of this. And I really hoped, but at the end of the day, it wasn't. And so now I'm really scared moving forward. But I know that if I don't try, I could miss out. And I'm taking a lot of different precautions this time. I've been taking a daily baby aspirin. I've been taking folate instead of folic acid. I've been prescribed progesterone, but I kind of don't know how I feel about it. I've read a lot of different things. My OB said I could start taking it after I ovulate. My specialist said I don't need to until I get through her, because my progesterone was fine with my second one. I know for a fact my progesterone was like at 3.5 weeks, like 21, which was really good. And even when I started miscarrying, it was still at a 10. So I don't know. I guess I'll wait and see what my reproductive endocrinologist has to say about it. But yeah, this is just kind of how I felt. If anyone out there watches this and has gone through this, just know that your feelings are valid. And I've seen so many women that they are like, oh, well, people think that I should move on and get over it, and say, oh, you were so early, at least you felt, at least it wasn't that bad. And just know that you and your feelings matter, and they're valid, and no one has the right to tell you how you should feel, and no one has the right to make you feel like you shouldn't be feeling the way that you are. Take your time to grieve however you need to. If you want to scream and cry and go to a kickboxing class and beat something up, do it. If you want to just sit at home and you don't want to talk to anyone, do it. I was very open with my feelings about my loss, and I did tell my pregnant friends, I said, I really don't want to be selfish, but like for a little bit I need some space with updates and hearing about it, especially the ones that were so close to what I would have been. I just said, I need some time. And I even had some friends that were pregnant and trying to, ask me questions. And I said, honestly, and I mean, it might sound mean, but I was like, I really don't want to talk to you about it, just because it's hard for me to talk to you about it when obviously you have absolutely no idea, no understanding, and everything worked out for you. I said, I hope that you can and I said it very nicely, and they were very understanding, and, people gave me their space. I did have a friend, though, that it was really hard for me because the last time I heard from her, I told her that I had had my miscarriage, and she had said, well, I'm here for you, like, everything. And I said, well, thank you. And I never heard from her again. And that was almost 4 months ago, and still haven't heard from her. She was my best friend, and haven't heard from her since. I haven't attempted to reach out just because I feel like She obviously didn't care. I mean, I was having almost strangers reach out to me and ask me how I was doing and keeping up with me. And I mean, it just sucked that I didn't even get a text like, hey, how are you? And I never heard from her again. I distanced myself a lot from a lot of people. It just changed me. I'm so much different of a person than I was before. You know, I mean, after May 27th, my world changed, and that was the day that I first found out I was pregnant with our first, and my world has absolutely changed, and I will never be the same. But in a way, I've changed for the better. I've grown up a lot. I've had to learn a lot. I've had to fight for a lot, and I know that this baby that will be our rainbow baby in the future is going to be so loved and so appreciated. And every time I have morning sickness, or every time I'm getting my ribs kicked and I'm in pain, or every sleepless night that I'm going to have is going to be so worth it, because I've had to fight for this. It didn't just happen easy for me. It didn't just fall into my lap. It wasn't easy. It was something I really had to fight for and really had to work so hard for. And I'll always be appreciative of when I do finally get that baby and know that this was so wanted and so loved and so fought for, and that it took so much to get there, and it wasn't just an easy journey for me. So I know that in the future I will be a better mom, just because I really had to fight for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I've been kind of rambling. It's been, what, like 30 minutes of video, but at least I split it up. So, but a few things. I do want to end up at some point getting a new camera, just kind of to make everything look good. But for one, I don't know how successful this isn't going to end up being. So I'm like, I don't really want to invest in anything yet. But I will, once I do get pregnant, be documenting my journey. And today is day 10 of my cycle, and I ovulate around day 17. So I'll be keeping you guys updated on that as well, and my 2-week weight and everything. But I also, I don't know, I'm really nervous to make these videos, just because I am an open book, but it's very vulnerable to sit there and just kind of, let it all out. And people have their thoughts and opinions and think that I should keep it private. And I just feel like keeping it private isn't going to help raise awareness and help other people. But, I want there to be some good out of my situation. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye.